Ladies and gentlemen, from the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace and Justice, Deacon Gerald Celente.
Hello, this is Deacon Celente, the deacon of the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace, and Justice. And that's right, just us and justice. And freedom, peace, and justice are three elements that we are losing very rapidly, that we have to bring back to life on earth and goodwill to men and women. I'm going to go through a couple of the events, the current events, that are forming the future trends and showing where it's going, what's next, and what we have to do to reverse these negative trends. Because if they continue to go in the direction that they're going, this is going to be hell on earth. You think about it. How many attorneys do you know? How many lawyers? How about all the lawsuits that you keep hearing about? What are they about? Oh, dishonest actions? So now take it away from the individual level. The fish rots from the head down. And we have rotting heads of fish all over the world. The COVID war has robbed us of our freedom, of peace, and justice, just like all those other wars do. This is just a different kind. But just as those other ones destroy humanity and all living things on earth, so too is this. Once upon a time in America, and again, the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace, and Justice is non-denominational. Yes, we have some denominational things back there, elements of a religion. They were given to us. We put up what everyone sends us. We're non-denominational. But we look up to the people that were leaders of religions that taught us about peace on earth, goodwill to men and women. As we say in the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace, and Justice, it's amen and a women. We're all equal. Race, creed, color. Believe what you want to believe in as long as it holds the truths relative to what used to be something called in the United States, and again, this applies for the world, called the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among them are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. No, I'm going to take your life. I'm a dictator of a country near you. We could call it France. I want that guy Gaddafi out of there, said Sarkozy, the guy that led the war against Libya, that destroyed the country. Life. Hey, my name is George W. Bush, a little daddy's boy, an arrogant nobody. I want that guy Saddam Hussein out of there. He has weapons of mass destruction and ties to Al-Qaeda. A lie. Life only killed, an estimated million. And then, of course, there's the Afghan war, Syria. Forgot about Vietnam. Oh, what about the Korean War? On and on. Life, liberty. Liberty's gone. I am the dictator of your country, and I will tell you what to do. And all the little people below me, called politicians, they'll support me. The people that call politicians that never worked a day in their lives, that are too stupid to get jobs in the real world, many of them, are now dictating to you. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Happiness is a word that is prohibited. It's prohibited from kindergarten to K-12 to graduate school to go to work. No happiness. This is the Declaration of Independence, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. 3 elements of independence that are gone from us. And that's what the universal church of freedom, peace, and justice is about. Bringing these back. Restoring the soul of the human spirit that has been taken away from us. And telling us how our human spirit should be. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men. In other words, we the people are in charge of the government. We govern them. They got it reversed, and that reversal is in full swing. Deriving their just power from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute a new government. Do you know what they call that today? Domestic terrorism. That's right. You are against this government, you are a domestic terrorist. I'm not making that up. In a country near you. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, there's another part of it, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is the right, it is the duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. And that's where we're at. It's a complete takeover. This is from the news Friday. Disney's CEO pay more than doubled. This guy, Chapek, $32.5 million in total compensation. After stepping down as chief executive, Mr. Iger still out-earned Mr. Chapek in 2021. Disney's paid Mr. Iger, who served as executive chairman through the end of last year, $45.9 million in total compensation. I love the .9. $50 million. $50 million, and look at the people working at Disney, and look what they charge us. It's Disney World in front of your eyes. 2 top executives at Netflix, Disney's largest competitor in streaming entertainment, co-CEOs Ted Sarandos and Reed Hastings, earned $39.3 million and $43.2 million. The Bankster Gang. Diamond's pay at J.P. Morgan surpasses $34 million. That's Jamie Dimon. The nation's biggest bank reported $48 billion in net income. $48.3 billion in net income. A guy makes $34 million. Another bankster, Morgan Stanley's James Gorman, $33 million. What are these people giving back to society? Nothing. Nothing. What they give are tax deductions, and they give them to, and we're going to show where their money goes, to keep the game going. This is a time to unite in a peaceful way under the Declaration of Independence to restore our life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness that has been stolen from us in front of our eyes. The middle class is declining. I talked about the COVID war. Natural COVID Delta immunity more effective than vaccination, CDC study. Nature. Not a word from the media, not a word from the politicians about building up your immune system, about getting healthy. Nature's not allowed, only science is. The drug dealers are in charge. And to show the power of the drug dealers and those who are in charge, this past Thursday, Austria's parliament passed a vaccine mandate that will require all adults in the country to get vaccinated, beginning in February. After an introductory phase ending in mid-March, those who refuse to get the shot will face fines of up to $4,084 or 3,600 euros. Being forced to take an inoculation, an Operation Warp Speed, into God's given body by somebody else telling you what to do is against everything of every country that used to be called a democracy. If you want to get the jab, it's your choice. My choice. You want to eat junk food? Your choice. I want to eat organic food? My choice. Don't tell me what to do. I have a Declaration of Independence. No, we'll tell you what to do. Your life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is gone. We are living hell on earth. They have sucked the joy and beauty out of life, and it's getting worse. You take a look at what happened in the equity markets in the United States. 3 consecutive weeks of decline. Why? Because they're going to slow down the money that the banksters, by the way, you know the Jamie Dimons and all these groups, you know how they made their money? Doing deals. That's right, doing deals. Because of very low interest rates. So the bigs got bigger, merger and acquisition activity at an all-time high. The bigs are getting bigger, the rich are getting richer, the billionaires are becoming trillions richer, while we're all going down. And that's why we're uniting to bring back our Declaration of Independence, where we the people tell the politicians what to do. They got it reversed, if you believe in a Declaration of Independence. War, freedom, peace. You see what the Saudis did to Yemen over the weekend? Nope. Killed about 30 innocent civilians, bombs away. A war started by Barack Obama along with Saudi Arabia, the Nobel Peace of Garbage winner. That doesn't make the news. Oh, a French guy died skiing. He was an actor. And 2 other actors died this past couple. Those are what's making the news. Where are the protests for peace? I launched Occupy Peace. I launched the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace, and Justice. Because if we don't have peace on earth, it's going to be hell on earth. And when all else fails, they take you to war. And I mentioned what's going on in the economy. It's going down globally. Go back to 2000, the dot-com bust. 2001, 9/11. Everybody forgot about the dot-com bust. The Great Recession's going on during the time. Off to war. UN adopts a resolution that condemns denial of the Holocaust. Great. How about the UN adopting a resolution condemning the wars that George W. Bush, Dick Cheney, and the Republican and Democratic parties started? How about the UN condemning the wars that the United Kingdom, France, and other countries that have killed people throughout the Middle East, Syria, Libya, Iraq, Afghanistan? Where is the condemnation? Where are the people? Where are the protests? No, It's more important that actors died. Did they die of COVID? Newly declassified surveillance footage provided additional details about the final minutes and aftermath of a botched drone strike in Kabul in August, when the American military killed 10 innocent people, including 7 children. Where is the outrage? And this is only a tiny part of it. They've killed millions since the war on terror began. Where is the United Nations condemning them? We, the people of the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace, and Justice, condemn them. Syrian dam on no strike list was bombed by U.S. anyway. Destroyed a big dam in Syria. Killed people doing it. Who cares? And now they're selling more and more hate. Will Russia invade Ukraine? Headline story: Russia deploys troops to Belarus. That's a neighboring country. How about the United States with, what is it, in 70 countries? 800 bases? Bring home the troops. No foreign entanglements. Everybody mind your own business. That is one of the foundations of the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace, and Justice in Occupy Peace. Yep. France's parliament on Thursday denounced a genocide by China against its Uyghur Muslim population. How about denouncing France's what they did to Algeria, what they did back in Mali, how they started the Libyan war? How about that? Oh, the Olympics are coming up. They did the same thing when Russia had the Olympics back in 2014. That's right. And they're doing it again. To show before how the rich get richer and how they're in total charge, Governor Kathy Hochul of New York has raised $21.6 million for her election campaign. Hochul raises record $21 million, making her the favorite. Then special interests help Hochul campaign coffers swell quickly. And then you have a guy over there in Illinois. Yeah, member of the Pritzker family. They own that big hotel chain. Self-funder J.B. Pritzker made a contribution just days before expected GOP challenger Richard Irvin is set to announce a bid to unseat the first-term Democrat. Illinois governor cut $90 million check for re-election campaign. I began by saying what the Jamie Dimons, what the Disney characters make. They're the ones that are funding all of these campaigns. Democracy is dead. The rich are in total charge. You look at these things. This Hochul in New York, talking about building a new Penn Station. After announcing the weeks to follow, Ms. Hochul's campaign received checks for $69,700 from the legal limit from some of the city's biggest real estate executives, including Stephen Roth of Renato Realty Trust. The donations included $200,000 in checks from families behind a major construction firm, one after another. You see what's going on over here? This is criminality. This isn't democracy. The rich are in total charge. We need a new Declaration of Independence to be restored. And that's what we're doing. So I want to thank everybody for all your donations and contributions and for spreading the word, freedompeacejustice.com. freedompeacejustice.com. We're having weekly services, and we're going to have congregational meetings coming up soon. So please spread the word. Again, it takes money to make it happen. We can beat them. There are more of us than them. Contribute what you can. Every penny that we get, we put back into the movement for freedom, peace, and just us. Thank you. Amen and amen.